one of those hard luck cases. He bets on a horse, horse dies. He buys horse meat, meat's bad. But his information's good, so I slip him $50 now and then.
You say hard luck. Do you mean hard luck as in...
Hard luck is in he wasn't fortunate enough to be born in an igloo 5,000 miles away without TV, water, or, drive-through.
What do you mean by that, Ray?
I'm being ironical. Look, you better wait in the car, because Sonny won't talk to me if you're there.
Understood.
You want the radio?
No, that's all right. I've got a Mahler symphony I'd like to listen to.
Yeah, well, you need the keys.
There's no need, Ray. I have the score right here. Pay up, buddy.
I don't have any money.
What do you mean you don't have any money?
I don't have any money.
You don't have $10?
Relax. So, how's it going, man?
Good. You want a beer?
Yeah, thanks.
2 beer? Cheers. Thanks. So what happened to that job at the video store?
That guy was a jerk, man. I mean, I appreciate your help and all, but that guy was a jerk. My mother dies. He wouldn't give me a week off.
Sonny, your mother died a year ago.
Grief has its own time frame. You can't rush it.
Does your parole officer know that you're living upstairs here?
No, it's just temporary. Irene's pregnant, right? We get our first welfare check. We're moving in together. It's gonna be a nice place.
That's great. That's good, I mean that. So you got anything for me?
That container of computers that got lifted off the docks last week. I know one of the guys.
You know one of the guys.
I know a guy who knows one of the guys.
Right, that's more like it.
Hey, give me my money! Hey, break it up! Break it up! Break it up! Take a walk! You sit down!
Still want my money.
He hustled me.
Yeah, we'll drop it. Let it go.
I gotta go to the camp.
Well, what do you expect? You eat an entire pizza and you drink a gallon of water, you will have to pee 10 times an hour. The concept is called cause and effect. Well, I realize it may be somewhat difficult for you to grasp, but something you should try to come to grips with. It'll make life a whole lot simpler. Sorry, boy. Get ready.
The reason I'm shaking, the ocean breaking, the town forsaken. Cut out your talking, the moves you're making. A billion guardian, the fish you're baiting. Again. Systematic, and somehow
Ray!
All yours, Al. Photo guys are done. Print guys are moving in now.
This was in his hand.
Hey, what's that?
OTT Club.
Over the top.
Commercial airlines hand these out to their flight crews. This one would commemorate 100 trips over the pole, top of the world. You know, Ray, judging from the maple leaves inset in the filigree, I'd say this was a Canadian airline.
Canadian.
Airline.
Filigree.
I never seen it before. I told you, I don't even know what it is.
Ever been to Canada, George?
Canada? Come on, man. I'm not even allowed out of the state. Look, I told you already. I went to the can, and there he was on the floor. I didn't do it. He was already there. Look, is he gonna be okay?
No. He's dead.
Dead. The guy's dead.
Yeah. Real dead. You guys were arguing about money.
Money? $10. Why would I kill somebody for $10?
You and I both know it is never about the money. It is about who is right, who's on top, who's Mr. Big, right?
Enough. Just go find Ray, now.
I'll talk to you when your superego is in more control of your id. Hi, Fraser.
Oh, Francesca.
What's with him?
I fell on him. I mean, I think he was startled more than he was actually hurt. But apparently I haven't been paying enough attention to him. You know, the fact is, I think it's largely psychosomatic, so I'm just trying to ignore it.
Really? See, I never knew that dogs were so psychological. Have you ever heard of Pamela's dog?
No, I'm afraid not.
Oh, really? Yeah, she's famous. She drooled. I'm taking a psychology course.
Oh, perhaps you mean Pavlov's dog.
Look, I told you I didn't do it.
What about your fingerprints all over the knife?
I told you, I was trying to pull it out.
Oh, pull it out, not push it in, right? What?
The lieutenant wants to see you.
Okay, thank you. What the hell's going on? I'm in the middle of a...
Have a seat. Go ahead, Constable.
What the hell is this?
Quiet, Detective.
What is this?
Patience, Detective. Let it unfold.
They think she knew the driver.
Hey, wait a minute. A stewardess. Does this have anything to do with that over-the-top pin?
Shh, just watch it, Detective. That's it.
That's what?
It's an RCMP recreation of a crime that took place in Toronto 2 days ago.
That's a police recreation?
It's interesting, isn't it? The government funding of the arts in Canada produced a glut of filmmakers at the same time as American domination of Canadian cinemas left these enthusiastic young artists with very few arenas in which to ply their craft.
That's a human tragedy, Constable. Toronto police have given us a positive ID on the number on the pin. Belongs to the victim in that crime there, Chantal Bowman, age 26, had been dead for 36 hours. Homicide, still unsolved.
Okay, so a stewardess in Canada...
Flight attendant.
A waitress in the sky in Canada is killed. Her pin shows up in the hand of a loser like Sonny in the south side of Chicago in this dump. What is the deal?
Well, that's why we have detectives, Detective. You are going to figure out that troublesome problem for us.
How?
Thank you for your attention. Merci pour votre attention.
So this French-English thing, they do it all the time?
Yes.
You mean like, hello? Hello, what's happening, que pasa? I mean, wow, it's gonna take us twice as long to get anything done.
Well, it's not an everyday speech, Ray. It's just in official announcements and the like.
How many of the French live in Toronto?
Actually, very few. Most of the non-English population is composed of Italian, Portuguese, and Chinese.
They speak French?
Not really, no.
Then why the...
Well, it's kind of a complex issue, Ray. You know, suffice it to say that we adopted a policy of multiculturalism as opposed to the melting pot of your American model. You know, it might be instructive and just a little bit of fun, too, to pick up a copy of the Royal Commission's report and the official bilingualism on our way downtown.
A little bit of fun, eh?
Could be fun. I'll hail a cab.
It's clean. Too clean.
Der junge Mann, kommen Sie wieder zur Gruppe.
Can I photograph? I'd be honored.
I'm terribly sorry. No, my mistake. Are you in a hurry? My daughter's recital.
Oh, really? How old?
6. That's such a great age. Yeah. Well, let me give you a hand here. Do you want to? Go ahead. No, you take it. Absolutely.
Hey!
Hockey tickets. Hey, need Leaf tickets?
Leafs suck.
Leafs rule.
Hawks rule.
Hawks suck.
You suck.
Yeah.
You are bilingual, Ray.
Tickets.
Ooh, the mothership.
I was very sorry about your father. He was a good man.
Yes, he was.
Please sit down. This is the murdered woman, Chantal Bowman. We've confirmed that the pin you found at the murder scene in Chicago was hers.
We already got somebody in custody for that murder, but we haven't come up with a connection yet.
There is another complication.
General Bowman.
Who's he?
He's one of our country's most decorated soldiers, recently honored by the United Nations for his peacekeeping efforts.
He's also the father of the dead girl, and he's sworn to find the killer. We don't want General Bowman to be the second victim in this tragedy.
What exactly is it that you want from me?
We believe, as does General Bowman, that Miss Bowman's killer lives in Chicago. We want you to find him before General Bowman does.
Whenever we had layovers in Chicago, she just disappeared. I tried asking her about it, but she was real coy. I know she had a boyfriend, but I never met him.
She ever mention a name or describe him in any way?
No, but he was older, I know that. And he had a lot of money. Well, that was important to Chantal. He was married, you know, had a wife, 3 kids, 1 in college or something. She kept telling me that he was going to tell his wife about he and Chantal real soon, but the timing had to be just right, you know, usual crap. You know, Chantal, she was becoming like,
Obsessed? Fixated? Single-minded?
Yeah. Oh, well, she told me last week that if he didn't tell his wife about them, she was going to.
Still can't believe she's gone.
How old was she? 12?
Was this her apartment in Chicago?
How would you know,
Well, it stands to reason, right? I mean, he was a married man. They couldn't be seen together.
Oh, yeah. They did have a place.
You got an address?
No. But I have the key.
again, jiggity jig.
We'll be right back.
Chicago PDQ. Hey, break it up. Fighting on the street with rollerblades on. What is that? Come on. Francesca, what's up with the yellow thingamajobby?
The human mind. Did you know that our minds are affected by color? And yellow happens to be a very soothing color.
That is so interesting to me.
Ray, we found this in Sonny's room.
1980?
Yeah, well, doesn't he look familiar to you?
I wouldn't know this guy if he jumped out of my soup. Who the hell is Chad Maxwell?
St. Louis.
Sonny was from St. Louis.
You know that guy?
Yeah, that's what I just said.
Hey, I know that guy.
Okay, so you know the guy, you know the guy, you know the guy. Who the hell is this guy?
He's that guy, you know. That, well, you know.
What? Guy. Francesca, can you phone the St. Louis Police Department if you're not too busy being yellow and, get that online.
My friend Nancy in trade is having a baby. It's a Mr. Feed Me. It preheats the formula and presents it to the baby. You can set it for 4, 5, 6 feedings a day. When the buzzer goes, it's time to feed the baby. What?
Well, sir, in my experience, although very limited, well, infants tend to tell their mothers when they would like to be fed by crying. I can't imagine that the mother-child bond could be improved upon by technology.
You're right. I'll get her one of those electronic security bracelets. That way she can keep track of it. So?
Our assignment from headquarters is to prevent General Bowman from taking the law into his own hands. On a more personal note, sir, it does feel quite good to be back in the saddle again.
Yes. The bit between the teeth. 2,000 pounds of pulsing horse flesh between your legs.
I was speaking metaphorically, sir.
As was I, Constable Fraser. As was I. Dismissed.
Sir. Would you please not make me look worse than I already do, thank you? Come.
Next, please.
Welcome to the United States, General. Is your visit business or pleasure?
Neither.
Okay, Sonny goes to Toronto, kills Chantel. Then he comes back, gets mugged for $10 in Chicago. That's a coincidence. They happen.
Yeah, but do you really think that's what happened, Ray?
Okay, George flies to Toronto, kills Chantel, then comes back and kills Sonny.
Well, why? And how would George even know Chantel?
I don't know. I do not know. All I know is this. His fingerprints were all over the knife, and he had Sonny's blood all over him.
Yeah, but he explained that.
Hang on. Squad room, Vecchio. Yeah, hang on.
Well, it's Constable Benton Fraser. Turnbull. Yes. I'll hold.
And now for sports, our very own Chad Percy, whose showing at the recent celebrity golf tournament for literacy in Buffalo was just brutal.
Oh, ouch. Guess your game's starting to rub off on me, Tom. Anyway, folks, last night was a banner night for football. The Windy City of Chicago went head-to-head with San Francisco in their final meeting of the season. Soldiers Field looked more like
What?
killing fields as Chicago trounced.
They're the same.
38-zip.
Chad Maxwell?
Chad
Chad Percy.
made it very difficult for the San Francisco quarterback to call any of his plays.
Mr. Percy?
Yeah.
Detective Vecchio, Chicago PD.
My golf game wasn't that bad.
I just want to ask you a couple questions.
Sure.
Well, we can get into Studio 4.
Let's just go somewhere more private.
Yeah.
Guys, you want to give me a couple of minutes here? Thanks.
You know Sonny Dunlap?
Son of a bitch, I can't believe he did it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know Sonny. I've been paying him $200 a week for the last 2 years. He wanted to up it to $5 or he was going to go public. I said the best I can do is $250. He said he was going to think about it, the dumb bastard.
When was the last time you saw him?
A week ago, maybe Monday or Tuesday. Look, Detective, that poster's 17 years old. I was hitting the sauce pretty heavy in those days. Yeah, I robbed a liquor store. I don't even remember doing it. I mean, where does this leave us now? I mean, there's a statute of limitations on robbery, isn't there?
Yeah, there is, but not a murder.
What?
Sonny was murdered 2 nights ago.
Detective, you don't... I am not a violent man.
You pleaded guilty to common assault just 3 months ago.
Yeah, well, that was after a traffic accident. Even the judge said it was severely provoked.
Where were you Tuesday night?
This Tuesday?
Hmm.
That's when he was killed?
Hmm.
Well, I was butchering a game of golf in Buffalo.
Butchering?
Listen, I gotta go. But I hope you catch the guy, and if you need any help, feel free to call me.
Yeah.
You are an institution in Canada, sir. An icon. We understand your grief at this terrible time.
Don't presume to understand that, Inspector.
No, sir. But I must remind you that this matter is in the hands of the American authorities. We must leave it to them.
And what are you suggesting?
General, there is some concern that you may try to take the law into your own hands.
I have led men into some of the worst hellholes on this planet, Inspector, in the name of honor and this country. And you, representatives of this country, have the nerve to summon me here and accuse me of being a common criminal?
No, sir.
General, Inspector Thatcher, as always, is acting in the best interests of the Canadian people and of her government, often in very difficult circumstances.
I'm personally liaising with the Chicago Police Department in this case.
And if you would like to call me at this number tomorrow, I would be happy to go over every aspect of the investigation. Thank you, sir.
Fraser, I'm afraid that I may sometimes